Sorry about that. Daddy brought my daughter in to say goodnight, so had to pause it. So I have had at the point a tumbler, cup, wine glass, whatever you want. It had a base coat of black on it, which hindsight 2020 I realized was kind of pointless because the scales cover it completely and then you have to spray paint them black. But if you, this is a 25-ounce Hydrosport hog. The scales that I cut up, which I will share the file that I got, which I just got off of a group. Somebody shared it. I think it actually may be on Design Space. I just took it exactly and then just added and built it on it so it made it bigger, but I did not change the size at all. They fit perfectly, one full ring around with no overlap, no gap, no anything on this 25-ounce tumbler. I highly doubt it would work the same for any other different. I think I may have just lucked out. So you may have to tweak size. You may end up with some overlap. So don't push your first layer down too hard because you may end up needing to tweak it, adjust it a little bit, and it may take it. My first one that I tried, which was actually a different image than this, I got 3 layers in and realized that it was a lost cause and ripped them all off and cut these out and then started over again. So basically you just sit there and take your little white stickers. They're pretty thick. They don't just glue right on. They're pretty heavy duty, so you got to kind of contour them and really stick them down once you know they're where you want to go. And you just start laying them down one next to another all the way around, then the next layer, and there's a little bit of overlap as you can kind of see. Each layer will start to overlap, and if you've got it done right, you should be able to just put one scale next to the next scale next to the next scale all the way around, and then do the same thing the next layer above, so on and so forth until you get all the way up to the top. I'm not 100% how happy I am with the top. I tried to, because it is a thicker product, the card or the sticker paper, I tried to get it to curve as much as I can. Ideally, this would be best for a straight, skinny tumbler without any curves, but I'm kind of making it work. I screwed up a little bit on the bottom. I'm still figuring this out, being my first one ever. I fixed it with some cut pieces of these, and it actually looked really good, but it still bothered me, so that's why I put this little bit of glitter on the bottom to cover it up. So, anyway, so I've got all my stickers on, everything's on, I've rubbed them all down, I've really tried to adhere them as much as possible. Then I took my gel medium. I happened to use this just because it is what I had on hand. It is a Liquitex Gloss Super Heavy Gel medium. I think I got it at Aaron Brothers back when they were in business. I used it for my card making stuff and I had it on file, had it on hand, so I just used it. I took one of my, what are these? One fluid ounce epoxy mixing cups, and I just used, sorry, my daughter stole my popsicle stick. Hold on one second. I gave it to her to play with, and she wandered off with it. So I had one of these big popsicle sticks. I did probably 3 or 4 good scoops of this in here. I'd say it was about 3/4 of the way full. I definitely didn't need to use that much. I probably could have done 1 scoop. This is 3 coats of the gel medium, and I did the 3rd coat just because I had the excess and I wanted to use it up, but I could have definitely gotten away with 2 coats, no problem. So I probably would tend to leaning more towards fill this up halfway, and then I used, this is the best part, this is Glitter and Crafts for You. It is one of their super chameleons, and it's called Siren Song, and it changes from like this really cool dark green to a really cool dark purple, and then there's like some blue and some just other color. There's tons of other colors in it. and it is amazing. So I did, again, this was filled up 3/4 of the way, so I did 3 scoops. I used more than I wanted to because it's pretty pricey, but I love the stuff and I just didn't really know. So I used 3, just kind of like the tip of this, 3 of those in there. So ideally 1 or 2 is actually probably fine. It's a little misconceiving because this is a white product. So when you mix this in, it looks like nothing. It's this light, pale gray, just bland looking thing. And I'm going, well, it's very deceiving. I tried it out on some black cardstock. Sorry, guys. I live on a cattle ranch and I've got quads and dogs going by and my dogs are going apeshit and it's feeding time and welcome to my life. So anyway, it looks like this horribly drab color when you mix it up. Don't let that scare you. When you paint it on black, it's totally different. So I did 1, 2, 3 coats of it on here. You can totally do 3 coats. I posted some pictures earlier. It's kind of hard to tell on the video, but you can see that just amazing color shift. And I just started at the top and I would work in maybe 2-inch sections and work all the way down. And then I kind of went across like this and up and down like this, so it got into all the crevices. And then I ended with a quick brush down, so all of my brush strokes are going the same way. Moved on to the next section. You gotta move a little quick because if it starts to dry, it will actually, when you start painting over it, it'll actually peel the previous layer off. So you wanna be kind of efficient. I did my first coat. I covered this with some Glad Press and Seal, and it sat in my craft room in probably 90+ degrees weather. We're in California, so we don't have high humidity. And I was able to do 2 more coats and then had to scoop out the rest and throw it away. I mean, I could have easily done 5 coats of this, and it was over the period of a week at least. It stayed the same exact consistency. It didn't dry up. It didn't get thick. So you have some working time. I let each coat probably dry 24 hours. I don't think that's necessary. It's just, that's what I had time for. So then once I was done, it was just a matter of, I pulled the tape off because I had, 3 coats of this thick medium on and put fresh tape on. And then I put my first coat of epoxy on. I put my second coat of epoxy on, just totally normal like you would do everything else. My second coat, I then added this Noble glitter at the bottom. Glitter and Crafts for you as well. All I use. And this is, if you don't have this, you need to get this. It is the most amazing color. It looks kind of like this really cool camouflage color right now. And then you put it over here and it's got yellow and gold in it. You could put it over a totally different color and it will be a completely different color. It's a really cool color shift and it is a really good staple to have. And if you're willing to, have it, the Siren Song Super Chameleon, this stuff is amazing. I'll post some hopefully better pictures. I've got some dragon eyes I need to find and put on, and then hopefully the final coat of epoxy. And it's awesome. Like I said, I think I used a little more than I needed to, but I guess I figured I'd rather be a little overzealous with it than not have enough just for my first try, live and learn. So this is not nearly as intimidating as it looks. I totally recommend trying it. I'm going to do some Dragon Egg wine cups, for sure, as soon as I finish my orders within the next couple weeks. If you guys want a full tutorial, I'm more than happy to do it, but I think it's a little more straightforward than it seems. So anyway, have fun.